Hey everybody, good evening. Once again, this is Cooking with Steve in our third edition. Before I go into what we're going to cook today, I have something really special. A lot of you commented on my cute pink apron, which happened to be the only apron I had at the time, and I borrowed it from Super Shirley. I got something in the mail yesterday from FedEx, and it was really neat. And it was a new, I guess, more apropos apron, and I want to thank. This came from my daughter, Lauren. Total surprise. Lauren, thank you so much. And it is so apropos. I couldn't have asked for a better or a nicer apron commemorating Kobe Bryant. So anyways, thank you again. This is very exciting. I'm looking forward to cook. Now, again, I'm not cooking today. I have my special guest, Shirley. She doesn't want to be on camera, so I'm going to explain exactly what we're going to be preparing today. And I say we only because I'm going to be holding the camera once she starts cooking. She won't be on camera, but I'll record it so I can know what to do the next time. So this is the second time that she's preparing this meal, and it's actually an authentic Mexican dish, as authentic as you can get. And Shirley being Chinese, it's going to be a special, especially unique. We're going to be in for a treat. So what we're doing is we're going to be cooking menudo. Menudo is typically, if many of you haven't tried this before, it's the hangover dish, as everyone calls it, or we all know it. Whenever you've gone out and you've had too much to drink, you wake up the next morning, your stomach's upset, your head's feeling bad. Everyone says, oh gosh, I need a beer, and of course I need a bowl of menudo, and mom or grandmother has it there for you. So we are going to prepare that, and thankfully I won't have a hangover when I drink it or eat it. So let's start. So menudo includes a couple of big ingredients. It's basically a soup, and the soup has to be prepared from different herbs and spices. And then we have the two main ingredients, I should say three, which is going to be the tripe. So take a look at the table here. Pretty much everything we're going to be using. As far as the spices are concerned, we're going to be using chile ancho and also chile pasilla. Now they are very similar. In fact, if you do smell these, they smell really good. It smells like either a plum, a dried plum, or a raisin. They smell really good. Of course, we're going with garlic, which is my favorite spice, and of course diced up lemon. We also have the chile arbol. Now the chile arbol is really neat. The unique, or what I should say about this, is it's spicy, but it's also called the bird's beak chili or spice, and because of the bird's beak design of it. Now, what we're going to do with the chilies here is we are going to you have a choice. You can cut them open, take out the seeds. If you don't want it too flavorful or too spicy, we're going to boil it and prepare it with the seeds. And then with chili arbol, which really adds spice to the soup, is we are going to dice it up, cut it up, include the seeds and into the soup and boil it. Now the two main ingredients I mentioned will be the tripe, which the honeycomb tripe, and if you see the design here, that's basically what it looks like, a honeycomb kind of design, or this is another type, but it comes out in big, large pieces, and then you have to dice them, cut them up real good. You don't want to cut them up too small. You want to be able to eat it. Once you do eat it, it's nice and soft. It's got a really good flavor to it. Now, the way you prepare the tripe, this is very important, is that you take the tripe once you get it home from the market, and what Shirley's done is she put it on the stove and she boiled it in a vinegar and water solution, and for about 15 minutes. And what that does is it, of course, gets some of the impurities out of there, and also the scent, because it can be a little bit strong. So as long as you clean it really good, let it boil and let it sit there for a while, and then you drain it out, clean it, and it should be prepared and ready to go. The other ingredient will be the pig's feet. Hopefully you enjoy this. Pig's feet comes in two sections. There's a front foot part of the foot, which is actually more meaty, and then the back part of the foot, which doesn't have as much meat. And this also has to be prepared. So you've got what she's done is she's boiled it for about 15-20 minutes. And when you boil it, you see the impurities come out, and it's a good way of cleaning it, for one, and getting some of the unpleasant odors, and it leaves you with just the raw good odor. When you put these two together in the soup, it makes a really good flavor, really tasty. And we also have hominy here, and we like, well, eat us hominy, so we're doing There's about 50 ounces of hominy that we're going to be using. Probably play it by ear because it might be too much for the pot that we're going to be making. Let's see. So as far as the preparation of the soup here, it's got to be done in 2 parts. Once you do the cleaning, you're then going to take about 6 quarts of water, and that's what she's done. She's heated it up already. And she's going to now take the clean version of the tripe and the pig's feet and put it into the soup. And it's going to be there. It's going to boil for about an hour, hour and a half. And with that, she's going to put about 3 of these bay leaves here. Right? And that's going to boil in with it. It's going to get it all prepared, soften it up, and get it ready for the second part, which again is going to be this. Now, what she'll do with all these ingredients here, now you're using about 3 ounces of the pasilla, about 3 ounces of the ancho, 4 or 5 cloves of your, or more of your garlic, about 2 smaller size onions, and of course a bowl about, I would say, maybe 2 ounces here, and throw them in there. Now you're going to throw it in a smaller pot here. Now this pot, it's got to be about maybe half a quart of water. I'm guessing just by the looks of it. Bring that to not a boil, maybe a simmer. Take all of these ingredients here, place them in there, and again we're going to cut these open. You can take the seeds out if you want to boil it with it. We're going to boil with the seeds, but cut open, take the stems off, and cut these open as I mentioned. And let it boil so it brings out all the flavor into the water and this soup portion. Now it's going to get thick. It's going to get thick. So once we are done with this portion of it, we're going to puree it now, or blend. We're going to puree it and probably have to add a little bit more water and to be able to get the consistency of all the ingredients together. And then, now of course we have to start that in about an hour from now, because this is going to be boiling. The tripe and the pig's feet is going to be boiling for about an hour, hour and 15 minutes at that time. So now we're going to take these ingredients, once it's all pureed, put it into the big dish, big pot with the tripe and the pig's feet, and start preparing it and letting it bring it back to a boil so it all gets real consistent. We're going to add about 2 ounces of the cumin at that time as well. So this doesn't go in until the very last part as well. And in fact, the hominy doesn't go in until maybe the last 15, 20 minutes, depending how soft you really want it to be. You don't want it to be too soft, but you do want it to be a little bit chewy, so it's a good consistency. Now, we're going to come back and we're going to show you the finished version and samplings of it. But before we do that, there's a couple of other things that we do. Is once the soup is ready, once it's all nice and consistent and we smell the delicious smell of menudo, homemade menudo, is then we're going to put it in our bowl. We're going to have our tortillas, which are going to be either corn or flour, depending on what you prefer. And of course, we have both here. Thankfully, these are left over from my tacos from the other day. And then we're going to slice up some radish. And the basic menudo is always served in a big bowl with the tortillas. And you have your radish on the side, chopped up. You've got your oregano. Some other chili, we have red pepper as well that we're going to be adding to it. And you can flavor it as hot as you want. And the soup should be a little bit spicy, but not overbearing. It should give you a chance to be able to, anybody, no matter how mild you want your spices or your soup, it should be mild enough so that you can add in what you want, make it hotter if you like. I like it hot. Some like it even hotter, so they'll put a lot more of the peppers and the oregano in it. Now with the oregano, we do like to take the leaves here instead of it ground, and I like to put it in the palm of my hand, grind it up, and then into the soup. And then you got the nice consistency there. So menudo, this is going to be fun. Thank you, Shirley. I really appreciate you for offering to prepare this. As I mentioned, for those that do watch this kind of fun show, I do want to invite some of you to start recording at your home, or even let's have fun. Once this thing is all done, let's go over to one another's homes once lockdown is done and cook together. I think that would be a lot of fun. Post it on the site and eventually have our own, YouTube page that we can start promoting. I'm not promoting it yet because I've only cooked 2 or 3 times here, and I want to have a lot of content and fun stuff for us all. So again, we'll see you in a little bit once we're ready for the final preparations. Thanks for watching. Take care.